Earlier on News Nation, former NATO Supreme Allied Commander and retired General Wesley Clark spoke about these latest strikes, what this means for the fragile ceasefire.
I think it is a matter of great concern. I think it's a really difficult, complicated stage we're at right now. I've worked these issues before in my military career in Europe, in Bosnia, with Kosovo, and so forth. And here's the key. You've got to get the force that's coming in, the enforcement force, the multinational force established. You've got to plan it, organize it, give it sectors, and get it ready to go. And at the same time, you've got to talk to the leadership of Hamas, whoever that is and wherever they are. If there's strategic consent by Hamas to be disarmed, then you have the force there to do it, to peacefully let Hamas turn in its weapons, be registered, identify themselves, et cetera, and then they either get amnesty or they depart. That's the plan of the agreement. Yeah. If Hamas doesn't agree to be disarmed, if they refuse to come to the meetings and so forth, then you're back to where we were before. That is to say, you have an adversary, an armed adversary that's aiming to retain control, and that's contrary to the agreement. President Trump said, we'll get rid of them. So at that point, you're either going to rely on the Israelis to go back in, or the Israelis plus the multinational force coming in behind the Israelis. But you're back in a war situation when that happens.
Yeah, and that's the last thing that everyone wants, as Hannah was outlining there, and as you're kind of saying here, we obviously want to get to the next phase of this deal, but we're dealing with this hiccup in phase one. I want to play for you something the president had to say about the next phase, right? Disarming Hamas in this Gaza ceasefire agreement. Take a listen.
Not a timeline, not a hard line, but we're going to see how it all works out. So it's not a hard timeline, but it's a line in my own mind. And at a certain point, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, then we'll have to do it for them.
Is it realistic to expect that Hamas is going to disarm while Israeli forces remain inside parts of Gaza?
Well, I think it's a possibility. Given the pressures, the deaths, the anger, the PTSD that's got to be present among those Hamas people, it's going to take a strong Hamas leader to persuade them to put down their arms and quit shooting. And that's the essence of the problem.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.